Hello everyone. I am very much under the weather today, and so I apologize in advance for any sniffles and for the fact that I'm not live today, but I wanted to get a video out because I got some colors that I wanted you guys to see. And so we're going to do kind of a marble-esque look. I'm using a board that I had done an ocean on, but this is just for demo purposes, so I'm not really concerned about the underpainting at all. So I just spray painted it white to do this for you guys. So I went ahead and mixed up my STONECOAT art coat, and I'm going to use translucent whites, opaque whites. Sorry about the noise outside. It's all quiet until I decide I'm gonna film. So I'm gonna do a translucent white first. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this titanium white. We're gonna mix it up so that we can still see through it. It doesn't take much because pastes are very, very pigmented. If you guys want me to do a video that compares the different kinds of pigments that you can use for resin, leave me a comment down below so I can start working on that. So here you can still see through to the color of the stir stick. It's what we are looking for. Now I'm going to take a little bit more white and put it, that's not a word, and a little bit less resin to get a more opaque color. So this one we can really not see through. I mean, a little bit on the edges, and that's fine. And now I'm going to show you guys the new colors that I'm working with. Very excited to show you these colors. The first one is called Beige Stone. It's by Color Passion. And it is this awesome kind of diluted milk chocolate color. Oh, excuse me. But it's like a very warm caramely chocolate color. I'm going to make this opaque. I'm going to use a little bit more. I know this is one of Rhonda's favorite colors to use in some of her finishes. Very nice and creamy. And the other color I wanted to show you guys is from Resin, and it's called Frosty Mint. Also, speaking of colors, thank you guys for your patience while I restocked. I have most everything back in. I am waiting on more palettes and cases from some of the companies, but I have a lot of them in stock. I actually have never seen this color, and I'm a fan. Look at that, like, soft blue cotton candy color. I love it. I love it. Okay, I can't get too excited. All right, it doesn't take this much. I got a little bit overzealous. This is even too much. So this is an opaque shade. So it shouldn't take much to tint the resin the color we're looking for. You can always add more pigment. It's very difficult to take pigment out of resin. I have never tried it, but I would imagine. Nice. So if you guys know anything about stone for countertops, if you have a hint of blue in it, it's always more expensive with natural stone. And so it's something that is looked for in those circles. I'm told. I don't know. I don't have the money for granite or anything else. Mine is like a faux laminate. And then the last color I'm using is a Rich Gold Shimmer. This one is by Color Obsession. The Frosty Mint is by Resin. I can't remember if I told you, because I have cold fog brain. Whoops. And I don't know if I have a lot of this color left in stock. I know I had some in stock yesterday, but they may have sold. Beautiful. All right, so now we have our colors. I think I'm gonna mix, I'm gonna mix some Milky Way into our clear that we have left. And yes, it looks chunky, but honestly, it melts in to your resin very easily. I don't want to make it opaque, so I'm just adding just enough to give our clear a little bit of a sparkle. Because even natural stones have a little bit of sparkle. Okay, I may have added too much, but I can't help it. It's still going to be translucent, but I love those rainbowy colors that kind of show up in the background. I should take some alcohol and wipe that off. I'm going to regret not doing it, but it'll be fine. So I'm just going to kind of all over with the Milky Way or Shooting Star. You can get all these colors on my website, by the way, artisttilldeath.com. And I know it doesn't look like much right now, but give me a minute. It will look amazing. Now I'm going to use our first translucent white to fill in some of those areas. And then our next translucent white, which one is, it's more opaque. And adding different opacities of your pigments just gives your piece more depth. And you could even do more depth by underpainting your piece with some different shades of whatever your accent colors are. So this one already has a little bit of blue undertone in it because it used to be an ocean piece. And so right now I'm just filling in any of the bare areas. But I'm not trying to really mix any of my colors together. I mean, it's okay if you do. It's just not my goal right now. I'm just filling in any space that did not have resin on it. You don't have to worry about it leveling off on its own. It's going to self-level because that's just another awesome character of resin. Okay, so it doesn't look like much right now. I agree. But in a moment, it will look like amazing in theory. No promises. I'll post this video either way because whether it's a success or a fail, it's always a learning opportunity. So by tilting it just a little bit, I can see the areas where I didn't quite get any resin, but we're good. Okay. So this is our base or background. I'm actually gonna kind of skim over it in some areas just to give a fluidity to the striations that we have in it already. I'm going to heat it up just a little bit. I don't have my torch with me. I'm going to use a heat gun. So I'm just going to tilt it to create movement as well as thin the resin out a little bit because I'm going to make an opaque white that I want to sink all the way through these shades. And so to do that, you want your resin to be different consistencies, and when you you thin out your resin with heat, it will help the colder or heavier resin to sink through. So I'm going to take some more titanium. I'm going to put it in my second white that we made up to make it even more opaque, more heavy. Excuse me. You ever have a sneeze stuck in your nose? I've had one stuck in my nose. Nope, stuck in my nose. since I woke up today. So this is very opaque. You cannot see through to the color of the stir stick under it. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to work with the new colors. And to do this, I'm just going to make kind of a dirty pour. So let's do some translucent white, some of the Milky Way we still have, let's swirl in some of this frosty mint color. Let's put some opaque white through it. Let's add more translucent. I'm going to try to separate the beige and the frosty mint color a little bit. All right, where can I set this to add more of this? I'm adding more clear. The beige and that frosty mint color, I don't think would make an ugly secondary color, but just to be sure, because I haven't worked with either of these two colors before, I'm giving them a little bit of separation. Let's cover all that up with more white. And we'll give it a little bit of a stir because I want to. I'm not trying to stir it all together. I'm just trying to give our initial pour out some action. All right, let's do a line right here. And I'm not seeing much of the frosty mint color, so I'm going to add just another little swizzle just on top. And then I'm going to bring that back through. And maybe one more over here. I'm going to add a little bit more of that frosty mint color to the little bit that's left. And run it through that first vein. I think I'm going to have to just run a line of it, to be honest. So we're just going to go up next to some of these lines. It's such a soft, beautiful blue color that it kind of just melts into whatever it is you're already using, I think. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I'm Erica. We're Artists Till Death. We go live most every weekday, except for if something comes up like a cold, in which we try to still post. It's usually more art focused resin work, but be surprised at what you can learn from different disciplines and incorporate into what it is that you usually do. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see how beautiful these colors are together, but I'm going to add some more gold, and we're going to add more white, and then we're going to tilt it and see what we got. I always add a hard accent color, usually a metallic, because I wanna. It just works for me. I think that's good. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Now that's good. Okay, and then I said I was going to add more white. Even though we may be good on the white. It's going to come up next to the gold we added. Because if it does shift and tilt, then this opaque color running over that gold will give a lot of really interesting and beautiful depth. My goodness, I don't even really work with neutral colors, and I am loving this palette so much. Okay, let's hit it with some heat, tilt it, and see what we got. Don't have a rag with alcohol on it because fail. You can use a torch. I'm just using a heat gun because it's what I have on hand. Just tilt it to make everything more fluid and cohesive in the pattern. When you can tilt, your designs will overlap each other and it'll give you extra depth. It'll make it look like a multi-layered piece. Excuse me. That patch of, oh my goodness, I think I just got some runny nose in my piece. It's all right. It is all right. It'll buff out. However, I think I tried to catch my runny nose with a sticky glove, so that's not going to be cute, but I'll worry about that later. So, let me get to the other side. Here's what we got. How nice are those colors together? Yep, I got resin on my face. So soft, so subtle, just the right amount of like a blue with like a little bit of a greeny hue to it, but still like a I don't know, a gray undertone. And that beige just warms it up even more. It's perfect in my opinion. But I want to know what you guys think. Is this something you would put in your home? What would you change? What would you add to make it an even better piece? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go take a nap. If you've ordered paints, I'll get to them this evening. They'll still go out today. But I got to try to sleep off some of this, whatever it is. Anyways, be kind to one another because you never know what someone's going through. And always remember that we do the tests so you don't have to. You guys want to see some more videos of geode pumpkins? Let me know. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Bye.